Welcome students to my channel Bio World. Today in this video I'll be extending my topic reproductive system in human with the diagram of the most important part of the reproductive system in male called testes along with the structure of male gamete, that is sperm. You can see the diagram that I have done on the board, and with the most important parts I labeled it. Now these are the very important parts which are functional wise very important as per the reproduction process is concerned with. Now I would be zooming the camera on each of the diagrams separately, that you can see the easy image of this structure which I have drawn over here and with the respective parts that I have labeled it. So please focus on the image separately and learn at them. Now this is the diagram of the most important part, that is the primary reproductive organ or gonad in male reproductive system, which is also called as testes. Now this is the LS of testes, that means longitudinal section of testes. It is also known as internal section of testes. Now oval body, you can see outer convex lining, and the covering is called tunica albuginea. Now testes have been divided into several compartments, as I already informed about basic idea about testes in my previous video, that testes have compartments in them which are also called lobules or testicular lobule or testicular compartment. In each of the testes it ranges about 250 to 300 compartments, and in those compartments lies the most important part of the testes, a coiled tubular structure called seminiferous tubules. Please note down the spelling. Now these are the structure which is the most important structure in testes, which is concerned with the process of spermatogenesis, that is formation of the sperms takes place here, which I told you even that this is a primary reproductive organ, so it is concerned with the process of meiosis, that is formation of sperms. Now there are some structure which could not be seen on the external view, it has to be dissected. Now in seminiferous tubule there are some packing tissues, they are called Leydig cells which secretes testosterone, and seminiferous tubules they deal with some of the cells like germ cells which helps in formation of spermatogonia or sperm. Along with them there are some other cells called Sertoli cells that helps to provide the nutrition to the growing sperms. I would be writing the spelling so that you can learn it. There are some cells which remain embedded inside, like during the formation of the sperms there are some cells, one is I told you about seminiferous tubule that forms sperms, and other cell which remain inside which cannot be seen, they are, please note down, Sertoli cells. It provides nourishment, that is nutrition to the sperms. While the formation takes place, it provides nutrition to the sperms. So, seminiferous tubule, they are doing spermatogenesis. After the spermatogenesis, the sperm which are formed, they are little sluggish kind of. They do not have that capacity to move. From there it passed into the straight ducts. You can see the lining which are called straight ducts, and from the straight ducts it passes into the network of tubular structure called retitestes. From the retitestes it passes into the longitudinal ducts, you can see, which I have lined and wrote here, efferent duct. These efferent ducts are also called as vasa efferentia. Now this is the passage of sperm which I am talking about. So from the seminiferous tubule, the spermatogenesis where takes place, from there it passes into straight tubules, then to the retitestes, then to the efferent ducts, and then it comes to a cap-like structure that surrounds the side of the testes, the head of the testes. More specifically, this has three parts. This you can see the coiled tubular structure which starts from the head of the epididymis, middle piece and the tail. So it has three parts. Now here the sperms, the sluggish sperms comes and gets stored. Now it remains there till the time of ejaculation, because there is no function of sperm getting into the sperm duct now. Now epididymis is the part where the sperms remain stored and gradually mature. Now mature here implies the sense of motility. It gains motility, it gains movement, because now the time is there that the sperm has to get ready to travel. So epididymis is a structure located on the cap, or like cap on the head of the testes. It has three parts: head, middle and caudal or tail part. So here the function would be that sperms remain stored and slowly mature. So storage and maturation is the function of the sperm, is the function of epididymis. From there, the time when the ejaculation has to take place, the epididymis transfer the sperms into the sperm duct. Now this cord or this structure which I have lined here called sperm duct, which is also called as vas deferens. Remember, efferent duct is called vas efferentia, vasa efferentia, and sperm duct is also known as by the name vas deferens. Now the sperm will be passing into sperm duct. From there it gets into the upper part of the urinary bladder, where it forms a loop around the ureter and gets into the posterior part of it and joins and gets the secretion from the three accessory glands, which I have already talked about in my previous video, how the sperms, they move into the urethra by getting the secretion from the three accessory glands. So these were the parts of the most important parts of the testes, which are concerned with the process of reproduction, their function and the movement of sperms. Now please concentrate on the image of the male gamete or sex cell called sperm. Now this is the male gamete called sperm. Now it has main three parts: the head part, the middle part and the tail or the caudal region. Now this is the most important three part that divides the sperm into three sections. Now there is a small part, you can see the curved part, which is also called neck. I have not marked here, but you can see here, this is called neck. Now the cap that surrounds the head of the sperm is called acrosome. Now this is very important. Now acrosome is a structure that releases the lytic enzyme called enzyme hyaluronidase, that helps in penetrating the layer of the ova during the process of fertilization. So this is most important. It's a proteinaceous structure that helps in releasing that enzyme. And next to that, the below it is the structure called nucleus, that's important for fusion. And after that, below it there are two centrioles. Now centrioles helps in cell division. There are two of them. The first one is proximal centriole and the next one is distal centriole. And the middle piece is lined with the structure called mitochondria. Now mitochondria is important. Why? Now we know that active movement of the sperm is motile, it can swim. So the activeness in the sperm requires energy, and that energy is given to it by the structure called mitochondria. Now mitochondria by the process of cellular respiration produces ATP, and the utilization of that ATP is done by sperm to get the energy and travel. Lower to mitochondria there is a structure called axial filament, which starts with a part from the middle piece end and then continues with the tail. Now these are the parts which are important for the movement and the swimming of the sperm from the male reproductive system into the vagina of the female reproductive system and gets into the process of fertilization or fusion. These were some basic things about sperm, and the diagram is very important. Please do label it and practice the diagram, because this is the diagram which is always there in the question paper, so you won't find it ever missing. This has always been a very important diagram, so you have to learn it properly, label it properly, see the shape, see the part properly. Hopefully students, you have understood and got the images of the diagram respectively. and could be better to enhance your knowledge. Please, if you have liked my video, do like, share with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and continue watching more better videos which I would be uploading in my upcoming one. Thank you for your patience watching here.